Hello everyone, our topic today is all about addition and subtraction of monomials. And this topic can be found in pages 25 to 28 of your textbook. These are the words to learn. Kindly repeat after me. Coefficient, variable, indicated, similar, absolute value. Kindly repeat the 5 words. Adding and subtracting monomials. To add or subtract two or more monomials, they have to be similar. Two monomials are similar when they have the same variables with the same indices. Supposing we have 1.5a squared b to the third c to the fourth, and negative 2a squared b to the third c to the fourth. So in here, they have the same a to the second or a squared, then b to the third, then the same c to the fourth. So we can conclude that they have similar variables and indices. So they are like terms or similar terms. Other examples for similar terms are like terms. We have 34a squared b and 6a squared b. Then we have negative 2xy to the ninth set and 67xy to the ninth set. And we have 3mn and 1/2 mn. Remember, to add two or more monomials, we need to add the coefficients and keep the variables. So supposing we have 34a squared b plus 6a squared b. In here, we are going to add 34 plus 6 and keep the variables a squared b. So what is 34 plus 6? Correct. It would be equal to 40. So the answer would be equal to 40a squared b. How about negative 2xy to the ninth set plus 67xy to the ninth set? Are they like terms? Yes. So we are going to add negative 2 plus 67, then keep the variables. So what is negative 2 plus 67? Correct. It would be equal to positive 65. So the answer is 65xy to the ninth set. Now let us have to subtract. So to subtract two or more monomials, we need to subtract the coefficients and keep the variables. So supposing we have 34a squared b minus 6a squared b. In here, we are going to subtract 34 minus 6 and keep the variables. So what is 34 minus 6? Correct. It would be equal to 28. So the answer is 28a squared b. Now let us have the last one. Negative 2xy to the ninth set minus 67xy to the ninth set. In here, we are going to subtract negative 2 minus 67 and keep the variables. What is negative 2 minus 67? Correct. It would be equal to negative 69. And our answer would be negative 69 xy to the ninth set. Now let us recall that to add coefficients with the same sign, keep the sign and add the absolute value of each number. So if we are going to have positive, like 2 plus 3, it would be equal to positive 5. And if we have two negatives, so negative 2 plus negative 3 would be negative 5. And remember to add with different signs, keep the sign of the greater value or greater absolute value with the biggest absolute value and subtract the smallest absolute value from the biggest. So if we will be having negative 5 plus 3, so let us subtract 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2. Since negative 5 has the higher absolute value, so the answer is negative 2. How about this one? So we have 10 plus negative 7. So subtract 10 minus 7, which is equal to 3, and follow the greater absolute value, which is equal to positive 10. So the answer is positive 3. Now let us have to subtract coefficients at the opposite. So in here, 2 minus 3 would be equal to negative 1. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. And negative 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 5. And negative 2 minus negative 3 would be equal to, at the opposite, so we have negative 2 plus 3, which is equal to positive 1. And if we have negative 5 minus negative 2, so add the opposite, so we will be having negative 5 plus 2, which is equal to negative 3. Now let us add or subtract the following sets of monomials if possible. So 18p q squared plus 8p q squared, is it possible to add or not? Correct. It is possible because they have the same variables, correct? So we are going to add 18 plus 8, then keep the variables. So what is 18 plus 8? Correct. It would be equal to 26. So we have 26pq squared. How about this one? Can we add it? Yes, because they have the same variables. So we have negative 5 plus 19, then keep the variables. What is negative 5 plus 19? Correct. It would be equal to positive 14. So the answer would be 14x squared y. How about this one? Can we add it or not? Yes, we cannot add it. It's not possible to add since the powers of each variable is not the same. How about this one? Can we subtract it or not? Correct, we can subtract it. So negative 17 minus 15 p squared q to the third. What is negative 17 minus 15? Correct, it would be equal to negative 32. So the answer is negative 32 p squared q to the third. How about this one? Can we subtract it or not? Correct, we can subtract it. So first we are going to rearrange the variables. So we will be having 6b squared d to the third minus 9b squared d to the third. Then we are going to subtract 6 minus 9. Then keep the variables. What is 6 minus 9? Correct, it would be equal to negative 3. So the answer is negative 3p squared q to the third. How about this one? Can we subtract it or not? Correct. So it is not possible since the number of variables are not even equal. Now let us perform the indicated operations. So let us read all together the given. Negative 7xy to the third plus 9xy to the third plus negative xy to the third. So first we are going to have negative 7 plus 9 plus negative 1 and keep the variables. Now let us remove the parentheses, so we will be having negative 7 plus 9 minus 1. So what is negative 7 plus 9? Correct, it is positive 2. So we will be having 2 minus 1, xy to the third. Now what is 2 minus 1? Correct, it will be equal to 1. And in mathematics, if the numerical coefficient is 1, we need not to write it. So the answer would be xy to the third. Now let us have another one. Let us read all together the given. 25a to the fourth b plus negative 19a to the fourth b plus negative 16a to the fourth b plus 17a to the fourth b. So in here, we are going to have 25 plus negative 19 plus negative 16 plus positive 17. Then keep the variables a to the fourth b. Then what is 25 minus 19? But first we are going to remove the parentheses. So we will be having 25 minus 19 minus 16 plus 17. Then keep the variables. So in here, we are going to have 25 minus 19 is equal to what? Correct. It would be equal to 6. So we will be having 6 minus 16 plus 17. Then what is 6 minus 16? Correct. It would be equal to negative 10. Then we have negative 10 plus 17 is equal to what? Correct. We have positive 7 and put the variables. So the final answer would be positive 7 a to the fourth b. Now let us have another one. Let us read all together the given. Negative 3ab minus negative 4ab minus negative 8ab. So we will be having negative 3 minus negative 4 minus negative 8. Then keep the variables ab. Simplifying further, we get negative 3 plus 4 plus 8ab. And what is negative 3 plus 4? Correct. It will be equal to positive 1. So it is equal to 1 plus 8ab. Then the final answer would be 9ab. Now let us have another one. Let us read all together the given. 15xy to the third plus negative 7xy to the third minus negative 9xy to the third minus 5xy to the third. So in here, it will be equal to 15 plus negative 7 minus negative 9 minus 5. Then keep the variables xy to the third. So simplifying further, we copy 15 minus 7, and then we are going to distribute the minus sign inside the parentheses. So negative times negative 9 would be equal to positive 9, and negative times negative 5 would be equal to positive 5. So we will be having 9 plus 5. So when we are subtracting, we need to change the sign. So keep the variables, so xy to the third. And now 15 minus 7 is equal to what? Correct. It would be equal to 8. Then 8 plus 9 plus 5, xy to the third. Then simplifying further, what is 8 plus 9 plus 5? Correct. It would be equal to 22. So the final answer would be 22 xy to the third. So before we end up the discussion today, let us have a short quiz. Add the following: negative 2xy set plus 17xy set is equal to what? So I will give you 5 seconds to answer this one. Timer starts now. Time is up. What is your answer? That's right. The answer is positive 15 xy set. Now let us have another one. Let us read all together the given. Subtract the following: 9h to the third k squared minus 20h to the third k squared. I will give you 5 seconds to answer this one. Timer starts now. Time is up. What is your answer? That's right. The answer is negative 11h to the third k squared. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. See you again next week. Bye!